Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Jennifer. Today's video is going to be my everyday makeup drawer, just letting you know what I'm taking out, swapping in, how I used the things, how I didn't. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here we are at the everyday makeup drawer. You guys have seen this before if you've watched any of my other everyday makeup drawers. I did last night go through my collection, just kind of swatched some things, thought about what I'm still trying to use and what I want to bring in going into the spring season. So usually what I start off with is this little section here. It's kind of a catch-all, but it usually houses whatever primers I'm using, whether it be face primers or eye primers. It has migrated a couple extra things in here, so it still has my makeup sponge. I'm going to keep that, but take it out for right now. These two primers that I'm using in my Use It Up for 2016, so those are definitely staying. As you can tell, the Smashbox one I've been putting a little work in on, and then this one, unfortunately, I can't tell, but they will both go back in there. Still using my Coastal Scents eye primer. That is going to stay in here as well. And then it just has my lighter, this acne treatment fighting gel from e.l.f. That's going to stay in there, and some invisible tape. I'm going to keep this in here as well because I've been trying to try out that method using the tape on the eyes, so it's nice to have it in here. So all these items are going back in. The only additional primer that is migrated in here is this L'Oreal Youth Code. It's a skin illuminator. It looks kind of clear-ish when it goes on, but it does have, not clear, it's like a creamy white color, but it does have little beads in it that give a little bit of color to the skin, but I like it because it has the SPF. So that has made it in here, but it will stay. The other items in here are also going to stay. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational and this Well People mascara. I'm still using both of those. This one is new, migrated in here. I do want to keep it in because I still want to try and use it. It's a limited edition Miss Manga, which I love this foundation, or not foundation, I love this mascara. It's in Teal Craze. I'd actually never seen these at the drugstore, but I saw it at TJ Maxx, and I was like, holy crap, like that was really pigmented, and I don't have anything like this. So I'm excited. I definitely want to keep it in here because I do want to try and use this. Then for foundation, this guy is going to stay in here. I'm still trying to use this up for 2016. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing that, but I'm still plugging away on it. It's not my favorite foundation. It's good, but the color is not the best match for me, so that's why I'm starting to not like it. I'm sick of using it, but I'm going to keep plugging away on that. These two NARS foundations, I did put them in with my last everyday makeup drawer, and I haven't used them, so I'm going to take them out. I am going to put in a new foundation, so I'm going to take these guys out, and then I'm going to put in this Rimmel Match Perfection. I really like this foundation. It's, I would say light to medium coverage. It's more on the liquid side, whereas that CoverGirl one I'm using is a little bit heavier. This is a really good match for me. It is 130 True Ivory. It does show a little bit of like acne, blemishes, things like that. So I use it more for when I'm having good skin days and I want a little bit lighter feeling foundation. So I'm going to put that in there. And so these guys kind of all go back in here wherever they fit. Good. Moving on to this one. So this is my Pan That palette for this year. So I'm definitely going to keep that in here. I did use up the Anastasia pencil, so I've got still the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper, which I'm keeping, and I've moved on to the NYX Micro Brow, so that's staying. I'm still trying to use this e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer, so I'm going to keep that. I think I'm going to take out this Ardell Brow Pomade. It is a little bit dark. It just gives me like thick, dark, bold eyebrows. So I haven't really been reaching for it, so I am going to take that out. I'm not going to put anything in its place. I have two little bit powders in here. The e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. I'm going to take this out. I really haven't been using it at all. And then I have a sample size of the Makeup Forever. This is their HD High Definition Powder. I'm going to leave this in here. I really haven't used it at all. And then I have sample sizes of their Benefit their Real Tinted Primer and their Real Mascara. Because I don't have any tinted primers or anything in here, I think I should probably leave that in here, but I don't know. I really haven't used them, but I'm going to leave them in there because there's room. So back here, you can't see it very well. It just has some bits and bobs. So I do have both the Fit Me concealers. I am going to keep them in here. I'm still trying to use those up. I have the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. I think I'm just going to take this guy out for now because I haven't reached for it as much as I would like to because I'm still really concentrating on this foundation. So not that I don't like it, I do really want to use it. I do love it, but I do want to force myself to use these before I move on really. So I'm just going to take this out for now. Then I have the e.l.f. I forget what it's called, but it's like an eye makeup remover pen. I'm going to leave that in here, and just 2 sharpeners. So I'm going to leave those in here. So let's see, moving on, I think I'm going to take out my Smashbox contour kit. I really, really love it and I use it all the time, but I do want to give some other things some love, so that's why I'm going to force myself to remove it so that I can use other things. I'm going to take out this Wet n Wild contour palette as well. The color in here is just a little bit warm yet for me. So maybe come full-on summer, I will bring it back in, but that guy's going to go. Same with this powder. It was part of my used up for 2016, but I have since then taken it out. It's not translucent, and it is in their lightest color, but it just has too much pigment for my skin right now. So again, probably come full summer, I will pull this back in. I am going to leave this e.l.f. eye cream liner in here. So I have been reaching for that every now and again, and I do want to use it. So going back into this drawer is going to be, well, not much, but I'm going to put in this guy, which is the MAC. It's a powder blush, but the shade is in taupe shape. And it's actually a good contour shade, and it's a little bit on the warmer side. It's like a warm cool, it's like a nice neutral, I don't know. Slightly on the cooler side if you can see it there. That's what I'm going to bring into contour with. I can also use it to bronze up my face a little bit. Which I'm going to move my bronzer, which I have over there from e.l.f., which I'm also still trying to use this year, at least hit pan, into here. And I'm also going to use these cream highlighting. Well, this is the Becca Cream in Opal, and then just the regular little small size in Opal. But I'm going to keep those, and I'm just going to put them in here. Then I'm going to take out everything that's in this drawer right now. So I had the Rose Champagne blush. I had the Pearlescent Pink blush. This is Apricot, or Enchanting Apricot. I love these things, but I'm going to take it out for now. And the e.l.f. HD blush in Superstar. I'm going to take that out. These 2 guys, I think I'm going to leave in the What's Up, but I'm going to take out this guy. He kind of migrated in there, but I'm going to take it out, and I'll put that over there. I'm going to put this sample guy right here. Okay, so that leaves this drawer open, and I'm going to fill it, I think, with this L'Oreal Visible Lift Color Lifting Blush in Peach Gold Lift. These got a really funky texture. It's sort of squishy, it's soft, a little bit wetter feeling than ColourPop shadows, but I definitely want to give this some love before it dries up on me, so I'm going to put that in there. That's all I got to add to really that section there, which is kind of bare. So for blushes, I am going to take out these blushes. This is the MAC Warm Soul and e.l.f. Rich Rose. I do still really love these, but I am going to take them out for now. I am swapping in some fun springy colors. This is the Milani Rose Blush in Coral Cove. Love this one. Super bright. Put that in here. I'm going to put this Kat Von D blush. I believe this one is discontinued, this whole sort of line, but it is in Bellissima. It's a nice peachy coral with a little bit of like gold reflect in it. It's just really nice. The formula is amazing on this. Makes my skin just look flawless, so I love that guy. I'm going to take out these L'Oreal Infallible shadows. I didn't end up using them. This one's getting a little dark now going into spring. Maybe this one I'm going to keep in because I can use it with that teal mascara. So I'm just going to hide that guy over there for now. Kind of just going with blush. I did get this new, not too long ago from TJ Maxx with a little set. Laura Geller Baked Blush in Brulee Blush Berry Cream. So I am usually not a fan of pinks, but this one is pretty. I did already try it out on my cheeks, and it's not like a Barbie pink, so I like it so far, but I'm going to put that in here. Then for another highlight, I have the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strip. I believe this one is in Miami Strip. You can get like a warm and a cool, but if you swirl it all together, it's definitely more on the gold side, more of like a bronzer, but you can use it as like eyeshadow, bronzer, highlight, whatever, so it's a good multitasker. This little Marc Jacobs sample was Sephora birthday gift. I didn't really end up using it. It's in the color Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I don't know that it's really like a spring color. It says more fall to me, so I think I'm going to take it out. And this one as well, it seems more of like winter fall. It's in Mink, and it's the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick, but I'm going to take that out. I'm going to leave these Buxom glosses in because I really like them. Now, maybe I'll put them here. I'm going to take all of these out of here. This is the Love of Color by Tati Westbrook and First Kiss. And then I have these guys. I did not use these at all. I have Nude Red and Super Love, which is a darker red. I thought I would get a little bit more use out of this guy, but I just didn't. So I'm not going to have them hanging around. And they kept falling out of that little area, so I'm going to take those guys out. I'm going to swap in these glosses. Color Elixirs by Maybelline. The colors that I have are I'm Blushing, which is the pink, and Orange Aglow, which is that orangier color. I think I'm going to put those down there as well. I'm going to also pop in Melon Pop by Clinique and the e.l.f. Lip Exfoliator. Maybe I will do these here. And then that there. I also got this Laura Geller lipstick. It's called Pink Mink. And I'm not sure how much use I'll get out of it. But it did come with that set. It came with the blush and eyeshadow, this, and Gilded Honey highlighter. So I'm just going to toss this guy in here too, see if I can get any use out of it. I am going to bring in a few single eyeshadows, but I think I'm going to put this one in, which is the Infallible eyeshadow in Golden Emerald. Put that guy over there. Let's get over into this drawer here. I am going to keep this e.l.f. Jumbo Eye Crayon in here. I've really been doing a good job at using this up, so it's still part of my Use It Up 2016, so we're going to keep that in there. I have these two eyeshadow crayons by Maybelline. They're the Color Tattoos, and I think I'm going to take them out. I was using them, but I think I'm going to take them out because I just have a lot of single shadows and stuff this go around, so I'm going to take those out. These ColourPop eyeshadows, I am going to take these out. I have Partridge and Doe a Deer. They are just more fall winter colors. They're very dark and vampy, so those guys are going to go. I have this Smudge Pop by e.l.f. I think I'm still going to keep this guy in here. It just quick makeup days. I love grabbing for this, so I'm going to keep that guy. Then I have a crayon by Tristique. I think I'm going to leave this in here. It's in Kona Coffee. I used it once, I think, since the last time, so I'm definitely going to leave it in here. This eye pencil called Come Over by Buxom. I'm going to leave this in here as well. I do get a lot of use out of that. And then I have the They're Real Push-Up Liner. Actually, I didn't use this at all, so I think I want to keep it in here again to just give it another chance. The Starlux Pro Eyeliner Pen. I'm going to keep this in here just because I am still trying to use it. Oops. And same with this Ico liquid liner in black. This one goes on really, really good. The Starlux one is starting to get a little dry, so I want to keep both of those in there. As far as single shadows that I'm going to bring in another ColourPop one in Slay. This one's got a lot of glitter chunks in it. It's super metallic-y. When you put it on with your finger, the glitters really stick to your finger, and when you apply it this way, it just has a ton of fallout. But I've noticed if I use a really stiff shadow brush, then I can pick it up and it goes on a lot better on the eyelid. And then I'm also going to bring in this Milani Bella Bronze color. So I bought these a while ago and I only have two, but I'm going to bring this brown one in to get a little more love. I'm also going to bring in this Wet n Wild limited edition California Roll palette. It just has got a nice like spring feel to it, so I'm going to put that guy in here as well. I think I'm also going to bring in this Laura Geller one. This is the one that came in the set just to give it a try. I haven't tried it at all yet. I also want to bring in this highlighter, the Laura Geller Baked Gelato in Gilded Honey. Now, I don't know if it's just mine, but everyone says that the feel of this is supposed to be like that gelée, they call it, and it doesn't feel like jelly to me. It just feels like a baked highlighter. So, I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts are on this yet, but I'm going to keep using it. Hopefully come summer I'll get a little more use out of it because it is just very, very gold. The other thing that I'm going to bring in is this Marc Jacobs. This is a sample that I got from Sephora with that lipstick, but I've been loving that, so I'm going to put that guy in there. A concealer that I'm going to bring in goes with this foundation, the Match Perfection by Rimmel. I'm still on the fence about it. It's pretty good. It's a little bit lighter coverage than the Fit Me, but it feels a little bit creamier, so I've been liking using it when I use this. Also, still liking the Dr. Lip Miracle Balm. As you guys already know, my lips are usually always cracked looking, so I'm going to keep this guy around and handy so I can keep using it. I am using this powder for just sort of general setting and things like that on my face for my Use It Up 2016, but it just takes up too much room in here, so it is out on my desk. It is part of my everyday. Then I have a bunch of like little sample packs that I'm kind of interested in trying to use up. So I have a Makeup Forever primer, which I already have this one. It's like their step one, and the hydrating one. I have a Dior Dream Skin. I don't know if this is like a lotion or if it's a foundation. Then I have this Guerlain BB cream and a Clinique cream, or a Clinique Stay Matte Oil-Free Makeup. So it's a foundation, it looks like. So these little sample guys, I think I want to try and give some love. So I'm going to tuck them away in here somewhere. I think I'm going to put them in my blush area because that one's got some room. And so that's it, guys. This is what I am going to be using for this next couple of months. I've been doing this about every 2 months. Alright guys, that's everything that I have switched around in my everyday makeup drawer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know if you are using any of these products come spring as well. And thanks again for taking time out of your day to join me. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.